Hello and welcome to Upfront and Legal, the series that helps you make sense of the laws that affect each one of us at one time or another, either directly or indirectly. On this edition, Sandy Altman and Mark Starkman of the firm of Jacobowitz and Gubitz, Walden, Poughkeepsie, and Monticello bring us information about Social Security, what it is, its benefits, and its limitations. To begin, here's Sandy Altman.
Hi, Mark. How are you doing today?
Fine, Sandy. Thank you.
Good. We're going to talk today about Social Security. And let's start with the basics. What exactly is Social Security?
Essentially, Social Security is a federal program that provides income to a variety of individuals in a variety of circumstances.
What are the different types of Social Security?
Social Security pays benefits in 5 separate categories. First, it'll pay benefits upon the death of an eligible worker. It'll pay benefits to the surviving spouse of an eligible worker. It'll pay disability benefits to an individual worker who has become disabled. It'll also pay dependent benefits to a worker who is ready to retire or disabled. And lastly, and probably the most common type of benefit, is the old age benefit that it pays to retirees.
Now, the old age benefit, that's the one most people think of when they think of Social Security. So let's talk about that for a while. How do you become eligible for that? I understand it's become a little more complicated over the past few years.
Well, eligibility for all benefits are the same. In order to receive any sort of Social Security benefit, someone must work for 40 credits, and that roughly is equivalent to 10 years of employment. Almost all types of employment are covered. So virtually everyone who gets a paycheck and makes that contribution to the Social Security fund will be eligible after 10 years of working, or 40 quarters.
And at what age does someone become eligible? Because that's something that people really want to know. When can they first start collecting?
Well, the age varies depending on the type of benefit you're receiving, but let's just say we're talking about the old age retirement benefit for the moment.
Right.
As long as a worker has accumulated 40 credits or 10 years of work, they can begin taking benefits at age 62. That's the earliest anyone can take benefits, at age 62.
And so why doesn't everyone start at age 62?
Well, there's a number of reasons for that. First of all, depending upon the year you were born, the full retirement age varies currently somewhere between age 65 and age 67. So depending on what your full retirement age is, that's the time when you're entitled to full benefits. Mm-hmm. You're eligible to take Social Security retirement benefits at age 62. However, there are some disadvantages to doing that. In fact, you can even defer benefits up until age 70 if you choose to do that. And there are particular advantages to doing that.
So what are the advantages of taking your Social Security at the younger age, that is 62?
Well, the main reason is because you might need the money at age 62. Mm-hmm. If you have no other income or very little other income, you might need the money right away. And that's an advantage. If your normal retirement age is, say, 66 years, and you take benefits beginning at age 62 years, you've got 4 extra years of benefits that you might not otherwise have had. There is, of course, a downside to that.
Yeah, well, let's get to that, because now you have everyone saying, well, let's do it at 62. But I'm sure there's reasons why everyone is not doing it at 62. So what are the downsides?
Well, it turns out that a lot of people are, in fact, taking early retirement benefits. But the downside is that you get a reduced benefit permanently. If you begin taking benefits at age 62, your monthly benefit will be reduced by what could be a substantial amount of money. The amount that it's reduced, it depends on how soon you take it and how many months there are until your full retirement age.
So can you give us an example?
Sure. Let's say someone's full retirement age is 66 years. And they begin taking the benefit at age 62. Mm-hmm. They've taken the benefit 48 months earlier than they otherwise would be entitled to take the benefit. First 36 months, there's a reduction of 0.5% per month.
What does that add up to over the 4 years?
Well, that alone, over 36 months, 5/9 of that is 20% of your total benefit. The remaining 12 months, it's 5/12% for those 12 months.
Can you do the math for us? What, in general, what does that mean as a total? In other words, what kind of percentage are you losing out on for your life if you take it at 62?
The total percentage you would lose is 25% in that scenario, every month for the rest of your life. There are, of course, other downsides to taking early retirement. If you have additional income over a certain amount,
You mean if you're still working?
if you're still working and have additional income over a certain amount, your benefit will be further reduced by $1 for every $2 over the limit.
So if you make $200 a month, you'll get $100 less on your Social Security check.
If you make, for instance, $200 more than the limit, you'd receive $100 less. That's correct, Andy.
Now, what are the benefits? You said you can also wait past your full retirement age. So if your full retirement age was, let's say, 65, you could wait several years to collect that. What's the benefit of that?
A couple of benefits. First, let's just talk briefly about the normal retirement age. And we said before, it varies between age 65 and 67, depending on the year you were born. If you take benefits at full retirement age, you don't have any reduction in your benefits. You get the full retirement benefit. If you wait up until age 70 before you take your retirement benefits, not only do you get your full benefit, you get a bonus, a percentage increase based on waiting till age 70 to take your retirement benefits, or for any year after your full retirement age. So you can actually get more money, a significant amount more money than you would if you had taken it at full retirement age or even at early retirement age. And that's something you have to take into consideration if you want to wait that long before you start getting benefits, because that higher benefit will be in effect for the rest of your life as well.
So when we get notices from Social Security every year, it outlines all of this, doesn't it? It says what you'll get at 62, 65, etc.
That's correct. Everyone over age 25 who's not already getting Social Security benefits gets the notice from the Social Security system, from the federal government. And it tells you what you can expect at early retirement, at full retirement, and at late retirement.
So everyone should be very interested in that and should really take a close look at that before they make a decision on when to retire.
Number one, you should look at that to figure out what you're going to get every month. But number two, you should also look at it to make sure that all of your income is properly credited, because not everyone receives the same benefit. The benefits are based on your earnings over your lifetime, your average earnings over a 35-year span of your lifetime. The 35 years in which you earned the most are counted towards your calculating your Social Security benefit. So you want to make sure that all your income is appropriately calculated.
Yes, that's really important. Now, you talked about receiving Social Security in other ways. One of the ways that is probably most interests people is Social Security disability. How does someone become eligible for Social Security disability?
Well, if you're a worker and you've qualified for Social Security benefits, that means by working for 10 years, and you become disabled.
10 years. Mm-hmm.
Again, 40 quarters.
Right, okay.
10 years, and you become disabled. At any age, you're entitled to benefits, a Social Security benefit. And there's, of course, a different way of calculating your monthly benefit based on a disability. But you'd be entitled to that, provided you can prove your disability to the satisfaction of the government.
How does someone go about that? I mean, does this mean they cannot work at all, or they just can't do the job they used to do?
Well, it's more than that. Most people aren't working in any sort of gainful employment that are receiving Social Security benefits based on their disability.
Now, I've had clients who have had a lot of difficulty proving their disability. So it must be a fairly high standard that the government holds you to in order to give you that disability.
Well, it's certainly not as high a standard as private disability policies have, but you do have to prove it. Medical evidence is what's necessary. And of course, if you're having trouble with Social Security and your disability, probably the best thing to do is to hire an attorney that practices in that area that can assist you in navigating the system and letting you know exactly what it is you'll need. I'd like to talk a little bit about some of the other ways you can get Social Security benefits. For instance, a spouse of an eligible worker is also entitled to benefits based on the working spouse's record.
And even if the spouse is not working at all.
That's correct. If the spouse is working and would qualify for Social Security benefits based on their own earning records, then they can take either the benefit based on their own earning record or on their husband's record, depending on which would provide them the most amount of money. Even divorced spouses are entitled to receive spouse benefits based on the earnings record of their now ex-spouse.
And what if there's several divorces?
Each one is entitled to that benefit provided they meet the eligibility criteria, which means they would have to have been married to that person for 10 years to qualify. So I don't know how many people have many 10-year marriages, but to the ones that do, they're all eligible to claim based on that ex-spouse's record. And lastly, it's very important to sit with a financial advisor and make a determination whether you should be taking early retirement benefits from Social Security, using money you might have in a tax-deferred account or an IRA or some other type of plan, or deferring it till your normal retirement age or till your age 70. All of those considerations have to be discussed carefully before you make that very fateful determination as to when to take Social Security benefits.
Sandy Altman and Mark Starkman will return after a commercial break for more discussion and to take your questions. That concludes this edition of Upfront and Legal. Join us again next Friday at 1 p.m. when Sandy Altman and Mark Starkman return with a provocative discussion of Medicare, how it works, who it's for, and which parts of this federal insurance program may be right for you. If you have any questions you'd like answered about Social Security, you can call Mark Starkman direct, 845-778-2121. Just tell the operator you listen to Upfront and Legal and you have a question for Mark. That's 845-778-2121. And thanks for listening.